My name is Archie Blair. I'm the office manager here at the funeral home / funeral worker. I'm set up appointments for families to come in. I also do removals. I help dress body. Firsthand, one of the main questions is price.
You know, when families come in, what do you see them usually do in order to cut down on costs?
Usually it's the casket. They'll go a cheaper route with the casket, the vault, and the limousines. Sometimes they cut limousines out.
Cremations are like becoming pretty popular from other funeral directors that I've talked to. And why do you think that is, and how much does that cost usually?
A cremation service, they run from 900 on up to 5,000. Okay. You know, it just depends on what type of service you want.
And why do you think they're becoming so popular now?
Because of the economy.
So
it's a lot of times it's a lot cheaper. Okay. And a lot of families, they don't have insurance.
What is cremation? What do they usually consist of?
A cremation?
Yes.
It just depends. They usually sometimes they have direct cremation, where the family does not see them at all. They go straight from the hospital or home or wherever, straight to the crematory to a full service. And they get a rental casket, or they just do a private viewing sometime where they just view them. You know, they dress them and just view them. And that's
type of pre-planned services?
Yes, we do.
And how does that work?
The family can come in ahead of time, and they'll just pick out every item, everything that they want with the funeral. They get everything prepaid. They can prepay it in advance, or a lot of times they'll sign their insurance over, and they still make the payments, but that just guarantees the payment. You know, locks in prices.
So it's a locked-in price. It doesn't inflate or anything like that. Nothing is affected.
Right. As long as that's paid, you know, if it's paid for up front, it locks everything in. If they turn the insurance policy over, it locks everything in. Okay. Only thing that might change is the cemetery. To the selection room, where families will come in and pick out their casket.
Least expensive to most expensive in terms of caskets.
This is most expensive, which are our bronzes.
You don't offer pine box caskets?
We do have wood caskets. Okay. These are our steel. Okay. Basic steel.
What do families usually go for when it comes to caskets? What do they usually pick out? In terms of, like, you see
most popular?
Most popular.
Going home and in God's care. Like the color.
I see.
This is what they call them, like, this is called a premium. It's a premium steel casket. Years ago, they started with vaults because they were grave robbers and they were going in and digging up the graves. Okay. So it just depends on what type of vault you want. This is what we call a sea box, and this goes into the ground, and the lid goes on top of it.
So that's a vault.
That's a vault. Okay.
How much do they usually run?
A sea box is $790.
Okay.
$790 here.
And what do you offer warranties on that or something, or?
No. Well, I think the vault company does. I'm not sure.
Okay. And what's the point of a warranty? Does warranty really? What is it?
Well, a warranty. Because sometimes family they do go in and they do exhume graves, and so they want to make sure that whatever they said is right with it.
Okay. This you have in your hand now.
This is called a air seal, and that base goes into the ground, and this goes, and the casket sits up there, and this goes down up on top of it.
Oh, okay.
And these start at 900.
Okay.
And then too, it depends on what vault company that you use. You know, a casket, it depends on which type of casket you get. The smaller the grade, they go start at 20 gauge, 18 gauge, 16 gauge. And the smaller the gauge, the better the casket. And the body's supposed to be preserved 25, 50 years. It's a business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people don't want to think it that way, you know. But he used to do payment plans for everybody. Mm-hmm. But now it's just case by case I need.
Really?
When you born and when you die,
mm-hmm.
you have to pay.
Mm-hmm.